All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Francisco 49ers and the Houston Texans.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Here we go, here we go. Wait, hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On second down now, it's Coleman. He finds an opening past the 40, the 40, 30, 20. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. A big play there for the Niners. 71 yards. They had trouble stopping the run last week at a loss, and here it rears its ugly head early.
You're supposed to try and get your confidence going after a loss like that where you gave up big yards running the football. This is not the way to go about it. It looks exactly as it did just a week ago.
Touchdown 49ers. Kyle Juszczyk, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Niners 7, Texans nothing.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Going deep for Hopkins. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Coleman. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. He's going to loft one deep left side. It got his man complete. Touchdown, 49ers. DJ Chark, 83 yards. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly for 6. They scored the most points of anyone on opening weekend, and now first quarter touchdown here.
And while there's no guarantee that all the points they score in opening weekend are going to hold up and be the average all year long, they're certainly starting to set that type of a pace. And what you do with that is you put in the heads of all of your opponents, we've got to really be ready on defense because these guys know how to put the ball in the end zone.
Do you think they can keep piling on the points like this?
I think they can if they're prepared to adjust and adapt because they won't see the same defenses week in and week out.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Right there, 56. Watch the slats, watch the slats.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Now this is fielded in the end zone. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Niners will take over at the 20.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Garoppolo out wide here to Samuel. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Gary and Conley, and he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. It had been a near-perfect beginning to this football game. Already a double-digit lead first quarter, but their first misstep.
And you know how it is, partner. Sometimes when everything's going right, you start to feel like you can do just about anything.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. He was looking for Chandler that time. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game.
And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now, there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. Kind of surprised they accept the penalty.
The only thing that comes to mind for me is they want to move them back 5 yards because they feel good about their defense. But in most situations, you take the down. That's what counts more.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Hey, alert! Alert!
They'll start out here with a jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll make this a 2nd and long.
11. 12, fellas, here we go.
Now Garoppolo. Flushed out right. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
21.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Texans, nothing.
Here we go.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. A good grab there by the former Central Michigan man, Antonio Brown.
And he ate up some real estate on the catch, too, didn't he? I think the most impressive part of it, though, if there's a chance for him to get the football, even though he was covered well, he somehow finds a way to get it.
Garoppolo finding his tight end Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3 and out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Buying time to his left. He gets this one to Johnson. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Watson now to throw. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. Incomplete. He was looking for Jack Doyle that time, and it'll bring up third down. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defense...
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Chandler was the intended target. Really nice pick there for the reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week. And a good story on that. He said he didn't even know he won the award. His buddy had to call him. He saw it on television and said, hey, congratulations. How about that?
And I'll bet you his buddy said, well, since you didn't know, I'll just go ahead and claim the award, right? And everything that goes along with it. But the reason he won the award the previous week and what we just saw there.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Jason McCourty. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
After the interception, here's Watson. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Watch a slack, watch a slack.
On the toss, here's Johnson. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. That second down play nets a -4. Throwing on third down, Watson. Man open, that's Kiki QT, complete. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. 21 yards there on third down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. It's Johnson, and he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Watch the pass.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Watson on first down. Dancing to his left. He finds Hopkins complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. He's fresh off that 3-touchdown performance last week that got him AFC Offensive Player of the Week, so you know that he was already on their radar. Now he's maybe even a bigger plane on their radar.
Bigger plane. I mean, he is the big dot on that screen that they're looking at and saying, how in the heck do we stop him? They're going to try a bunch of different things, different people covering it.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. Chandler, the intended receiver. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time. Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
From just shy of midfield, Garoppolo. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A reminder coming up at halftime. We'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Here we go, here we go. 1 Omaha. 152, block 52. 52's an 8. Orbit.
Snap comes at 1. Garoppolo. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, and they're going to measure revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
So Garoppolo off. Coming on is the veteran Robbie Gould for the 49er field goal. From the right hash, this from 48. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
Now it's Gould after splitting the uprights to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first. An update from a game going on in Indianapolis. It's the Rams that have grabbed the early lead. Darrell Henderson getting the job done offensively on the ground. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 19-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
Watson throwing quickly to Hopkins. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to have a third down.
19. 56.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there, huh?
A shotgun snap for Watson. Going deep for Hopkins. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here we go, here we
The
go, here we go.
49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Here we go.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
21. Yes.
Garoppolo. That one complete. He finds Shark. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 35. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
He's not going to get me. Watch the eye.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. And they'll try the jet sweep here. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Not the start to the drive they were looking for. That run doesn't do much at all.
No, not at all, and it leaves them with 3rd and long. And you know, this is the time of game where these drives really, really start to matter. They've got to make some moves.
3rd and long. It's Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
65.
To throw is Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end, and it's 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. Away, dangerous pass, incomplete. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
First down, San Francisco.
Here we go. Black 80! 21. We ain't giving up nothing.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. It'll go as a 1st down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16.
First down, 49ers.
So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10. Garoppolo again. Over the middle, hauled in by Shark. Touchdown, 49ers. Touchdown pass number 4 of the afternoon for Jimmy Garoppolo as his guys continue to pour it on.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Gold with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Again, it's Johnson. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Texans on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, Watson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Chandler. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play. Now a first down throw, Watson. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Back to the air, Watson on second down. Going deep for Hopkins. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Let's get it. Here we go. 180. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
On second down, it's Coleman. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Tighten up. 12. 21.
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. Sliding out of the pocket. Got a man, it's Brown.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. Garoppolo, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10. They'll run with Coleman on first down. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
See, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This is now a loose football. Coleman lost it, and the Texans scoop it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Check. Alert.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. The tackle by Eric Armstead.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6.
Here we go, D.
They go to Johnson again. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a third down and 6.
No gain on the play. It's third down and 6.
The Texans on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, here's Watson. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Now Brown. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Here we go.
Checking the NFL scoreboard, they're in the 4th now in Minneapolis. And it's a big-time advantage for the Browns. They just scored again, pouring it on. There's Garoppolo to throw. This will be caught by Brown. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
Here we go.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Here we go. 180.
Focus, defense, focus.
And they take a knee.
It's a loss of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
Here we go.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And they'll indeed take a knee.
A loss of a yard. Brings up 4th down.
Here comes the 49ers punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. Yeah, yikes. Terrible kick headed straight for the sidelines. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. So the victory here for San Francisco, and I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Niners, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Houston, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.